um, Mindshift, and I think they deserve some emojis. Give them some nice emojis to celebrate Mindshift for this privilege and always giving us access to all the recordings. I can see more people trying to join in. Okay, I've seen that they've been admitted. Thanks to our convener. All right, once again, you're welcome to Mindshift Webinar 5.0. Imagine, it's 5.0 already. It's 5.0 already. And once again, I want to gladly welcome you. My name is Eboluwa Jidono. I'm a co-convener of this great body and initiative. And I also have our convener on the call, Mr. Oduwashi Banja. Please give our convener some nice emojis. Let's give him some nice emojis. I'm also sharing mine. I'm doing mine also. Yes, let's share. All right, thanks. I can see also invitation for us to join the WhatsApp community. Yes, once again, you're welcome. So now let's just engage. Put in the chats on a scale of 1 to 10. What's the energy level today? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the energy level today? So that we know those that are ready to kickstart this session with us. Those that are ready to network and connect. Okay, I'm in the charts. Put in the charts. 10 over 10. Can you? I love this energy. 10 over 10 because are great. More. I'm waiting. I'm looking for that person that will do something strange. I'm waiting. 10 over 10 said, we smart. Fatima, 9 over 10. What's happening? Who are you giving the 1 to? Is that for me? Okay. 100, exactly what I was expecting. Rachel just did it. You have just broken the scale at this moment. Imagine 100 over 10. Interesting. Thank you. 100%. Taiwo John. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Others, please just put share in the chat. What is your energy level today? What's the energy level today? Great. Once again, you're welcome. I'm going to do this so quickly to be sure that our speaker on the call. Yes, she is on the call already. I'm going to be introducing her shortly. Once again, this initiative is brought to you by this great body, Mindshift. This is the 5th edition. We've had series of interesting topics, conversation on different areas. Trust me, on different areas, on career growth, on personal branding, on mental health, interesting topics from different areas, different competency areas. And I can assure you that this is a body that you want to continue to actually associate with. And today, we'll be having another very interesting topic. And you know why this is interesting? We're about to move into quarter 4. Sometimes when you start the year, you have all the New Year resolutions, you have all the goals, all the beautiful things that you want to achieve. But sometimes the right people that you need to achieve those things are not yet there. So quarter 4 is here for you. This is a program. This edition is coming to you right on time for you to actually be able to make impactful period in this quarter 4 of 2025. And today we'll be discussing the topic beyond networking, building relationships that fuel your growth. Building relationships that fuel your growth. And we have seasoned experts on the call today that will share with us tips on this particular topic. My humble self, the co-convener Eboluwa Jidono, will be moderating this session. I also have on the call our convener, Mr. Oluwashi Banja, who is very much available at any point in time. If you need insight, support, you need access to content, materials that will continue to fuel your growth, please feel free to just write. So this initiative, I will be very much available to respond and provide you with all resources that will help you. I see more people joining in. Wow, today's going to be very interesting. All right, permit me to move on quickly. To everyone with us today. You're welcome to the 5th edition of the Mindshift webinar. All right, introducing our speaker for today, Ms. Irebamilaye Adedio, the voice to nations. I'm expecting some emojis, some reactions. Just looking at the profile, you should at least celebrate our speaker for today. Irebamilaye is a multifaceted professional passion for building meaningful relationships and empowering others. As an executive assistant to the CEO of a coaching platform, she leverages her organizational skills to drive business success. Additionally, she works as a customer service representative, assistant client manager at Hallmark HMO, delivering exceptional customer experience. Also, she has a podcast titled Relationships Are Currencies. I totally agree with you. Trust me, this is the currency that we actually want to work with today. Relationships are currencies. The podcast showcases our commitments, dedication, and passion to exploring and sharing insights on relationships and personal growth. With a heart for empathy, growth, and authenticity, she strives to make a positive impact in her professional and personal endeavors. Join me today as I welcome to us our speaker for today, Iwe Bamilaye. Before I hand over to the speaker, I really want us to just do this as an icebreaker, and then I will just hand over. Now, look at this. If you could have a coffee chat with anyone in the world, living or dead, to grow your network, who would it be? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. Just think of that person. Just think of that person. Feel free to put Ebolua. I'm very much available for a coffee chat. Feel free to put Ebolua. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for that. So just put in the chat. If you could have a coffee chat, feel free. There is no payments, no fee. Elon Musk, Iola, okay. Or $10 interesting in the whole world. Please take note of that. Mommy Awoshika, okay. Follow show Akija. Interesting. Interesting. I'm expecting more. Put it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Mommy Funke Adejumo. Okay. I see some interesting names. Very interesting names. All right. All right. I see that we are very intentional and we are looking forward to. We know what we are discussing here today. And this is actually a good way to start. Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Wow. Barrister Peter. You will tell me more about this. I'm curious. Because what I know about Fela, yes, let me not go deep in that. But once again, you're welcome. Thanks for sharing, and permit me to use to speaker for today, Iwe Bamilaye. Hi, Iwe Bamilaye. Good to have you on the call.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Loud and clear. Please give me the thumbs up if you can hear.
Please, if you can hear me, give me some emojis, anything. But don't give me any weird reaction, please. Don't give me any weird emoji. The energy has to be on point. It has to be positive. Thank you. That was just in lighter mood. Good evening, everyone. I'm coming. I would love to switch to video call. Okay, can everyone see me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Sheung Banja Pastor Sheung Banja, actually. Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. And I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Ebonlua, the convener of Mindshift webinar. Thank you so much. And I want to say a big thank you to every single person that is here. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. And I do not take it for granted. And as I always say, no matter where you get to, the chairs are not the people. We make the building, we make the people, we are the building. So if you hear Daystar Christian Center or you hear Hallmark HMO, it's the people there, not maybe the chairs or the building. So thank you so much for joining. So I'm going to go straight into what we have for us today. So today we'll be talking about building. Okay, sorry, my network is. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone still hear me? Okay, yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so today we'll be talking about building relationships that fuels our growth. And I'm so excited because this is something that I can relate with. I tell people relationships are currencies. And I don't just say it, I believe that they are currencies because it has worked for me over the years. I have seen places that I've had to enter because of my connection with somebody. So I've seen job opportunities that I had to get, not because maybe I did an interview necessarily, but referrals and recommendations. Oh, Ire can do this. Oh, she's very good at that. Okay, she's someone that we can actually trust. So I believe that where money cannot enter, relationships can take you there and even further. There was a particular time I was studying the scripture. I'm sorry, I'm a Christian, so I would go there because most of the time the inspiration I get for anything I do comes from the scripture. And then the Holy Spirit said, the Bible says that the gifts of a man will present him before kings and not mere men. He then said, do you know that the character of a man is what sustains him before those great men? And that really struck, like it really did something to my brain. So it's not enough for you to be competent or excellent at what you do. You need that character. So it's character that will make people say, oh, we want to see this person more often. I've seen people that competence took them there, but character like chase them out of certain rooms. And even when you get into companies now, companies are not really interested. Okay, they're interested in your CV or what you have to put out there or whatever competence you are bringing to the table, but they are looking for men of character, women of character, and that comes with relationship. So I want us to know that whatever we're going to do today, whatever I'm going to say today is something pertaining to me, something that I've experienced, not something that I just read somewhere and I'm writing it down. No. So we'll be going straight into, I'll be sharing my screen now so that we can all work together. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, so we have beyond networking, building relationships that fuel your growth. Today we'll be talking about the definition of relationships. We're talking about definition of relationship, types and or categories of relationships, importance of having and building sustainable relationships, the two types of people in a man's life, the component or characteristics of a healthy relationship, how to build relationships that fuel your growth. There's a last one there, signs of an unhealthy relationship. Now, because we don't have much time on our side, I'll be going straight into what we have for us today. So now, different definitions of relationship. It says relationship is the way in which two or more people or things are connected. It is also the way in which two or more people or group regard or behave towards each other. It can also be defined as mutual dealings, connections, or feelings that exist between two parties, countries, people, etc. So one thing I want to establish here today is that you are not in a relationship, no matter the type of relationship, if it's not mutual. If it is one-sided, then it's not a relationship. I tell people, even for the love or romantic relationship, if you really know that you want to settle down, like you want to get married, you must be ready to let go of I. It is about we. We do this. Myself and my husband, myself and my wife, myself and my friend. So if you really want that relationship to stand, it cannot be one-sided. It has to be mutual. Although in the world today, we have so many people that are in a relationship, but it's one-sided. But that is not how it should be. As I said, if it is one-sided, then it is not a relationship. Now, I love this particular definition. In psychology, a relationship is a continuing association between two or more people where there is mutual influence. That's where I'm going to. Influence on each other's thoughts, feelings, and actions. If the influence is one-sided, then it is not a relationship. The Bible says, can two work unless they agree? This emphasizes both parties being willing and ready to give it all it takes to make the relationship work. So when we talk about relationship has to do with mutual influence. You need to be able to influence the other person. No matter the relationship, either the God-man relationship, the business-focused relationship, the friendship relationship, there has to be an influence. I've heard people say, oh, when I became friends with this particular person, this person added to my life, I began to see life in a different way. So if you are in any relationship right now and there is no influence whatsoever, influence is on both sides, both negative and positive. We are talking about the positive influence now. So if you are not getting anything out of that relationship, please, it is not healthy for you. That is why I said it's a mutual influence. I influence you positively, you also influence me. I influence your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your values, your beliefs. We do things together. We see things the same way. That is why it is a relationship. That is why it has to be mutual. Now, I wrote something here. When it comes to relationship, no matter the type of relationship, compatibility is key. Most times when people hear, oh, when they hear that I have a relationship podcast, they'll say, oh, she's talking about love again. Oh, may I tell people, one of the things that the Holy Spirit told me when I started my podcast, because I asked a lot of questions. Holy Spirit, I don't want to do the regular. I don't want to do what other people are doing. Why do I need to start a podcast? And he told me, I want you to speak beyond the love or romantic relationship, because there are other types of relationships that are very pivotal to a man's growth. There are so many people, you know, in the world today, especially in the Yoruba culture, it's so funny how a woman's essence is tied to her marital life. A woman's, you know, her journey is just tied to marriage. If she's not married, you begin to hear a lot of things. And I'm like, there are so many unmarried women out there that they are doing great and mighty things. I'm not saying that you should stay unmarried, right? But what I'm saying is that we must get to that point where we are not just so focused about marriage. There are other relationships that we need to build and invest. You know, we need to invest in them so that we can get the desired results that God even has for us, or whatever result God has already pictured for us. Now, we'll give an example here. It was the Holy Spirit that gave me this example also. It says that the main reason why an eagle and a snail cannot work together is because they are not on the same frequency. Remember, it was God that created both the eagle and the snail. But the eagle is meant to soar, fly, right? The snail is meant to crawl. Now, I talked about compatibility in relationship. I'm saying this so that you can begin to look at your relationship. Most of us, we are in relationships that we are under so much pressure. You're trying to fit in. Because this person that you're working with is not on the same radar with you. And you cannot force it. So one of the best ways to build sustainable relationship is to find someone you're on the same frequency with. I'm not saying you cannot have people that will push you to be a better person. But there are some people that when they are in your life, they continually talk you down. They continually make you feel bad. They begin to compare and contrast you. No. So imagine. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so imagine an eagle comes to a snail and says, okay, I want to be your friend. A snail crawls, an eagle flies. That means that the snail will be frustrated and depressed. Haven't you even imagined? Okay, let's imagine that I am the snail and I have a friend who is an eagle and want to work together. The snail will be depressed. I wrote it here. I said this prevents frustration, loss of essence, value, depression, and an unhealthy comparison. If the eagle decides to be friends or a business partner with a snail, that relationship will not thrive. Why? Because the eagle is meant to fly, not crawl. So doing relationship with a snail makes the eagle frustrated and angry because they are not on the same frequency. Sorry, this is a mistake. For the snail, it becomes depressed, angry, loses its sense of purpose, and begins to compare, which is unhealthy for the snail. And that's why you hear people say, oh, I don't belong here. You would hear people say they have low self-esteem. Why? Because you are working with the people that are not in your caliber and your status. You are trying to fit in. We were not called to fit in. We're called to stand out. I would lie if I tell you that all the people that I have in my life, I have people that are up there. People that when they talk to me, I listen. And I have people that when I talk to them, they listen too. But I don't have people that they begin to compare me and contrast me. They put me under so much pressure and tension. So imagine the eagle is telling the snail, I don't know how you're going to do it. You just have to learn how to fly. It is not possible. So it gets to a point where the snail will not be feeling bad at God. Why didn't you make me like an eagle? And do you know one thing that those people told me one day? He said, it is so funny how the eagle will look at the snail and say, see your life. You are crawling, but me, I'm flying. Not knowing that it was the same God that created them. So what am I saying? Know where you belong. Find your circle where God has called you into. Not everybody's going to be in tech. Some of us are going to be in entertainment. Some of us are going to be in education. Some of us are going to be in politics. Some of us in governance. Know where God has called you. That is why it is very important for you to know who you are in Christ, like who God has called you to, what He wants you to achieve on the surface of the earth, so that you know the people that you pattern your life towards. You know the kind of mentor that you can have. Okay. So we are not called to fit in, we are called to stand out. Okay, so I would love to correct a notion here. As I said, most times when people hear relationship, they say, oh, it's the love or romantic relationship. Please, as from now on, we will be intentional about building strategic relationships. And that will take us to the next relationship, the next slide. The next thing I'll be talking about, the categories and types of relationships. Now, I said here, kindly note, there might be other types of relationships, but I narrowed it to the following. I narrowed them to the following. One, we have the God-man relationship, the most important. I tell people anywhere I get to, anywhere I have the opportunity to talk, I am unapologetic about God. Because the God-man relationship is the most important out of every other type of relationship. If Jesus comes today, or if he decides to take us home any day, we are appearing before the throne of God as an individual. So it is your work with God, your relationship with God, that will begin to speak for you there. So the question is, how is our relationship with God like? Most of us, we have found ourselves in bad circles, wrong relationships. Why? Because we don't have a God-man relationship. And see, God will never force himself on you. God will never force his relationship on you. No. He would beckon on you if you want to come, fine. If you don't want to come, it's okay. But I hold just today, because that God-man relationship is that relationship that helps you in choosing the other types of relationship. Although your family relationship, I mean, we can't choose family, right? Some of us will be like, God, why was I given birth to in this family? You know, one day I was telling my friend, I said, see, if I was born into a rich family and I'm the only child and I was not born in Nigeria, I don't think I can turn out like this. I would have been one of the spoiled, like, I don't know if that English exists, but the most spoiled brats in the world. I don't even know how my life would have made sense, but I lived with a man. My dad literally used punches and kicks to beat me. I can never forget, because I grew up as a stubborn child. But thank God. So the family relationship, the friendship relationship, some of us, you will say, if this relationship will spoil, it should spoil. I don't care. Hey, God. Relationship that you have built for years. And because of something that maybe one of you, even if the other person does not want to bring their head down, at least you that you have a relationship with God, or you understand what it means to build relationship, just try and make the relationship work. But no, we say, I don't care. If everything should scatter, it should scatter. That is why we need discernment. That's why we need to now know, okay, why do I need to mend this broken relationship? Why do I need to have this kind of relationship? For me, one of the relationships that has worked so well for me in life, in my darkest moments, is my friendship relationship. Not even the love or romantic relationship per se. My friendship. I have intentional men in my circle. And when I tell you men, I'm not talking about just man, like the male gender, and female too, fathers. That I have people that God has strategically positioned in my life. And it's just like, before I go through any particular stage in my life, it's as if God has placed someone there to help me. As I said, before you choose your circle, your friendship circle, know who you are first. If you're an eagle, you cannot work with a snail. And if you're a snail, you cannot work with an eagle. Know your circle. We have the business, career, professional relationship, which is the work relationship. We have the love or romantic relationship. I know some of us, we love love. Me too, I love love. I don't tell people men are scam or ladies are scum. No. Love is beautiful, and we will do this love if Jesus starts to come. We would have a beautiful marriage. I would have a lovely and amazing husband. I tell myself, these are things that we need to say. No matter what is happening to marriages in the world or to the love life of people in the world, me, I choose to say positive. Because what is happening in the world might just be like, oh, can this be a reality? It will be. And we have the acquaintance or casual relationship. These are people that you cannot bring them close to you. The Apostle Stephen said the main reason why we get heartbroken and hurt is because people that we should not bring to our bedroom are the ones that we're bringing to our bedroom. We will not open up our life to them. We will be so vulnerable in their hands. Some of us, if we get to meet somebody like this, first day like this, you have told the person 80% of your life. And some people don't know how to handle information. They used to say it is not all dirty linens that you can wash outside. So that's why some of us, we are broken, because maybe you just met that girl, that lady, you have told her everything about your life, and then the relationship did not work. You now begin to feel bad because you feel like, oh, you've given so much to the person. So today we are intentional. Before you say anything to somebody, know them at least for 3 or 6 months. You are very certain about their values, their principles, the way they say things, the way they think. Do you guys align together in your belief Do you guys align together? And now acquaintance is a casual relationship. You don't bring them to your bedroom. They can only stay in your precedes. There's in because to these 7 relationships. As I said, the God man is the first. Family relationship, some of us, family, we take our family for granted. You know, some of us, over familiarity that is happening to us right now. You get so over familiar with your family members, you get so over familiar with your friends. I tell people there are some atmosphere that when my friends enter, when we are doing certain businesses, especially the kingdom business, I don't joke with them. We don't joke with ourselves because it is when they want to lecture me or something, or they want to correct me on something, I don't look at them like, is it not you? Me that I know what happened to you, me that I know your darkest moment. No. So this relationship, these are the categories and types of relationship that we should at least be involved in. And even if you don't want to be in any one, be in the God-man relationship. Now, I'm talking about the importance of relationship. And then it says, if the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. So when you don't know the purpose of building intentional, strategic, and genuine relationship, you will not see the need for it and you might suffer for it later. While some of us have relationships, we don't make judicious use of it well. And that is why we treat our relationships and the people God has placed in our lives with levity. So what are the purposes? What are the purpose or the importance? Let's use importance of relationship, of building relationships. 1, for growth. See, growth is progressive, is not constant. So if you want to grow in life, you need people. No matter how hot you have been, if people have backstabbed you countless times, you still need people. Particular time I did a spoken words, and what they told me was that they said no matter, the lady got to that point where she was heartbroken. She has been backstabbed by the people that she trusted. But guess what? She said God, she doesn't want to be in a relationship with anybody. She doesn't want to have anybody except God. God told her, no, you still need men. Because God will not come down from heaven. He will send men to you, relationships to you. So the importance of relationship for growth, for support, for guidance. No man is an island of knowledge. You need somebody to guide you, to put you through. There is no successful person in this life that did not enjoy a guidance from somebody up there or even somebody low. Nobody. And also for strength. Iron sharpens iron. So a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. If one falls, the other will lift him up. Some of us, we've made bad decisions. Why? Because we did not consult people before we made that decision. In fact, some of us, we know that something is wrong, but we intentionally not tell anybody because we feel like if I tell Lagbaja, Lagbaja will discourage me. You need people, especially people that will talk sense into you, people that will tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear. And also, for speed and ease, leverage on people. Don't take advantage of them. It's a tool. It's very different. When you say leverage on people, that is, you see people doing something and you leverage on them. When you leverage on people, it means that somebody has started something and you want to build on the connection, the capacity that person has built. When we see somebody take advantage, there are some people that, have you seen people that you introduce them to someone or something and they will take advantage of the whole situation? They have this sense of entitlement. Don't be like that. Leverage on people, but don't now take everything away from them. It's like they called you to the table to come and eat. You now carried the whole table with the rice and the turkey and the pomo, everything. You carried it. I've enjoyed speed and ease countless times because somebody has worked that journey ahead of me. I read the book. I listened to a podcast. I watched the video on YouTube. And I said, okay, if this person can do this, this person has walked the journey, this person has gone through certain hurdles in life. If I go through that same hurdles, that is foolishness because the person has gone ahead. And the person is coming to say, okay, this is how I did this. This is how this works for me. So definitely, I leverage on that. And also another importance is for health. Now, according to statistics, people tend to live longer and healthier lives when they have the right people in their life. Love sustains a man's life, while isolation and loneliness ends a man's life. We can relate to that. There are people that they tend to live longer because they were showered with so much love by their family, by their colleagues, by their friends, by their acquaintance. We also have, it improves your mental health. They say, some of us say, oh, I'm going through a mental downturn or a mental breakdown. You need people. I'm talking about the right people now. There are some people that when I talk to them, no matter what I'm going through at that point, I receive clarity. And there are times that maybe I've been speaking to certain people about something. Those people might just tell me, why didn't you talk to Lagbaja about this thing? That is why before I tell anybody anything, especially anything very personal to my life, I take a deep breath and I take a pause. I need to know this kind of person that I want to give information about my life. You have to be very careful. It is not about the person is a pastor, a Christian, or a just... See, humans are humans. One of the main reasons why we get heartbroken over the time is because we just have this thing that, you rely on humans. You rely, you say, in my language, you say, Lagbaja or Shile for me. You hear, Lagbaja can never do this. There is nobody that cannot do anything, no, except God. Another importance is that it gives you a sense of belonging when you have the right people. Even when you're going through your downtime, there's just somebody that can just come and be like, okay, babe, I saw this. I feel that you should sign up for this. You should, you should take up this grant for your business. I believe you can do better. You just have this sense of belonging. Don't live in isolation. No, isolation destroys. It kills faster. No matter, even if you are going through an addiction, have somebody that you can trust and you can talk to. And if everybody around you feel that they will not understand, find a neutral person that you can talk to. And we have easy access and clarity to a greater sense of purpose. My God. I have friends that when we pray together, clarity comes. Sometimes we don't even pray. We talk about things. And from their response, I begin to receive clarity on something that the Lord has told me. And they don't even know. I know that some of us, we can bear witness to that. That you might be talking with your friends or your family or your colleague at work, anyone. And then they begin to say some certain things. And just like, especially when you are discerning, you'll be like, oh, those people will bring you back to what you told you. So it gives you easy access and clarity to a greater sense of purpose. And it reduces anxiety and depression. Depression is real. Don't live in isolation. Build intentional relationship, no matter whoever that has hurt you. Even if you didn't grow up with love in your family, Jesus can give you as much love as you want. And there are other people that God has also positioned to give you, to show you that extent of love. So please, it reduces anxiety and depression. It opens you up to better life opportunities that money can't give you. This is where referrals and recommendations come in. We can testify to that people will just refer you and recommend you. Oh, Lagbaja can do this. Lagbaja's company can take up this. Oh, I saw this. I feel that. In fact, there are rooms that you will never enter, but your name will go there before you. That is relationship. Someone says that you will do something for free to earn a fee. You do things for free to earn a fee. So there are places that, hey, recommendations and referrals is what will place you there. In the midst of kings are not mere men. And also for survival, you need relationships to survive. It is safe to say it's a survival mechanism. And it also prevents you from experiencing loneliness and getting overwhelmed. So quickly, we have two categories of people in a man's life. I got this from Apostle Selman. He says people that love you for who you are and people that love you for what you are. There are two different categories of people. Now I will tell you. That's why I wrote subject and object. Now, people that love you for who you are the people that even when maybe you got 1 billion naira today, and maybe it will not happen to us in just you just go back to 0 naira. They will be there with you through thick and thin. They are not going anywhere. These are people that will support you and help you to get back to your feet. They love you for who you are. They love you beyond your weaknesses and excesses, your inadequacies. But there are some people, they only love you for what you are, what you can offer them. They are not necessarily bad people. It is just their motive. So maybe they are getting a particular recommendation or referral from you. Or maybe your business was doing so well before. and they were sticking to you. If they see somebody better than you, they move. It's because of motive. They don't care. They're not there with you through thick and thin. So I want you to look at your life now. And so those people, the people that love you for who you are, go and seek them. Go and seek them like this. People that love you for who you are. Even if they are maybe 1, 2, 3, hold those people tight like your life depends on them. But people that love you for what you are, that's why you see that sometimes when things happen on social media and a celebrity just did something nasty, those people that were hailing him or her, oh, you are this, you are that, they will still be the same people that would backstab him or her, say bad things and horrible things about them. Why? Because social media people, they love you for what you have, what you can bring to the table. They're not necessarily concerned about who you are necessarily. So in your down moments, they will go down with you. They're not ready to maybe support you or defend you necessarily. So the people that love you for who you are, hold them tight. Hold them like your life depends on them. These are people that no matter what you go through, even when you do something nasty, they will still stand by you. And they'll be willing to see you grow and bounce back. So what are the characteristics or components of a healthy relationship? These are the things that you should look out for in every relationship you want to enter. I know all these things exist in the God-man relationship. But in family, there are some things that you cannot necessarily say, you cannot establish. Why? Because it's a family, right? Especially between parents and children. But when we come to friendship relationship, the business-focused relationship, the love or romantic relationship, the acquaintance relationship, you should look out for these things. We have mutual trust. I'm putting mutual because it has to be mutual. It cannot be one-sided. Mutual trust, mutual respect. Some of us, we just talk to people anyhow. You talk to your spouse anyhow. You talk to your workers anyhow. You talk to your colleague anyhow. You talk to your parents anyhow. We have mutual commitments. It can be so frustrating when one party is committed to something and the other party is just like, well, this is the little I can do. It has to be mutual. So in the love relationship, there has to be a mutual commitment. Even in friendship too. If I'm showing up for you and you are not showing up for me, you're always giving me excuses, then I need to begin to question that relationship that we are in. We have mutual honesty. We have setting boundaries, very important. I tell people there are certain rules for every type of relationship. That's why when I notice some things in a friendship relationship, I begin to question it. When somebody begins to give me certain things or begins to show me certain care and affection, I begin to question it. So set your boundaries right. Conflict resolution. You must be ready to resolve every conflict. Be ready to resolve it. Be ready to resolve it. I know that sometimes it can be frustrating where maybe one party is one always doing it all the time. But as I said, if you discover that in a relationship, you are always the one resolving the conflict and the other person can go with that conflict for like weeks, months, or even years. I don't know what you are doing there. We have mutual affection. Oh my God. Mutual. When I see people that love me, they love my podcast. See, I tell people, the way I know people love me so much is that they put my podcast on their head. They begin to ask me questions. I've enjoyed that. Mutual affection from friends, from acquaintance, business-focused relationship. That God-man is not negotiable. But that mutual affection must be there. We must love each other. One person is not going extra miles and the other person is just like, no. They say, for God so loved the world that he gave us. There is a giving. There is a level of sacrifice. So, but if that person is not ready to inconvenience themselves for you, that's why you see some people, some friends, they're not ready to go extra miles for you. Whenever you have any problem, they begin to remove their hand and their leg. Begin to note people like that. We have healthy compromise. When you both are not agreeing on something, have a healthy compromise about it. You don't have to, bring down the whole house. No. Both of you talk about it. Okay, where are you seeing your own view from? What is your own view like? Okay, this is my own view. Okay, can we come to a balance? We have healthy equality. Both parties must treat each other as themselves. Don't say because Lagbaja is rich, Lagbaja is poor. I see people that they treat people based on their status, their class. It is real. We have forgiveness and tolerance. Tolerance is very important because people will offend you over. In fact, you know how many times our parents have offended us? Some of us, we know some things our parents have done to us, and you're like, no, but you will still tolerate them. You forgive them and tolerate them, and guess what? Sometimes our parents will not even come and say sorry to us. You now be the one to forgive them by force, by fire. So these are the guys. Like, if these things exist, then it helps us better. We have mutual appreciation, appreciate each other, put each other's matter on your head, announce each other, let people know that, okay, you are really into this person, you really help this person. We have mutual consent, we have mutual benefits, we have mutual safety, we have mutual understanding, we have mutually effective and open communication. You have to be able to talk about things, address issues, don't assume. Child, talk about it. Mutual support, mutual acceptance. I want to be walking on eggshells around you. I don't walk on eggshells around my friends. If that is the case, we cannot be friends. I want to be free. I cannot walk on eggshells around my guy. It is not possible. I want to be myself. I know that I'm not perfect, but we are working together to be better persons, not just for ourselves, but even for God and for the kingdom. So there must be a mutual acceptance. Not one person trying to change another person to become who they, you know, some people, they will change you to become what they want you to be. It is wrong. It's selfishness. Don't change people. You cannot change anybody. Kindness. I'm also so have a cordial relationship with your creator. It will guide you in and give you the modalities peculiar to you when choosing your circle or relationships. Know who you are, know your temperament, your strengths and your weakness. Is very important. Choose your circle with discernment, sensitivity and intentionality. Don't just have friends. Choose them with discernment. There are some people that whenever I meet them, I'm trying to have a conversation with them, I just feel a resistance within me and I end that relationship as fast as possible. I don't even allow you to linger. Don't allow people see you finish. I intentionally wrote it that way. It is not all dirty linen you can wash outside. Even if the stain is no more there, people don't forget things easily. So have some things reserved to yourself. Constantly remember that humans are humans. So don't rely totally or put your whole trust in any man. This helps you not to have a sense of entitlement towards anyone. It also helps you to appreciate the vulnerability and inadequacies of every human being. Your trust should only be in God. Any man can disappoint. We don't pray that any man should disappoint, but any man can disappoint. So always see that, okay, to err is human, to forgive is divine. And also value people and hold them in high esteem. Don't see people finish. Over familiarity kills relationship. Be ready and willing to forgive and tolerate. Be discerning to know people that you can bring close and those you can greet from afar. This prevents you from opening up your life or your secret to immature people. And it also saves your image. Earn people's trust and let people earn yours too. Don't force yourself into people's space. It is wrong. Respect people's privacy and stop prognosing into matters that does not concern you. And even if it does, be called upon before you speak. It gives you respect before people. And also be empathetic. I've said that one. Hold in high esteem your values, principles, and belief. Don't let your guard down for anything or anyone, because these beliefs and values will be tested. And people will bring things to your table. They know that normally, because you are a Christian or your beliefs and values, they know that you will not do some things, but they will still bring it to you. And the moment you take it, they are the same person that will say, oh, it's not bad. The moment you take it, they will be like, but you called yourself a Christian. But you were holding your principles and values like, oh, your life depends on it. You were not called to blend in, you were called to stand out. Okay, 1 minute more. Thank you so much. And also find out people's love languages. That is the way people love to give and receive love. Our parents, they have their love languages. Our friends, they have their love languages. Even God has a love language. Our boss has a love language. Find, even our friends have their love languages. Find their love language. It helps you to build lasting relationships with people because you know them and you relate with them based on your knowledge about them. And lastly, I will stop here. Constantly build yourself. You can only attract your kind. Personal development is key because it positions you to attract the right relationships, the right people, and the right opportunities. Keep growing, keep going, keep building, and keep developing. Remember, you can only attract your kind. So if you're attracting some kind of people in your life, check your recent development, growth, and capacity right now as you are. But if you want to attract, some of us, we said we want to have the opportunity to speak with $30. There's a personal development though. There are certain places that your character and your relationship will place you before these great men. You will not lobby for it. They will call for you. So personal development is key. So I will stop on this note. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you very, very much. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bamila. Please, virtual clubs. Let's celebrate for this important, valuable information that have been shared so far. Virtual clubs. Great, great. So, question and answer is
Thank
now
you.
open. Please feel free to use the show of hand icon to indicate interest to ask questions, and I will be calling us one after the other. So please just click on the raise hand icon on your screen, and then I will call you to ask questions in any area of the things that have been discussed. And well done, Bamlaye. Quite a detailed information and touching various angles of relationship, You know, in my journey in learning and development, one of the big four companies that we usually talk to or we usually train when it comes to building capacity, one of the things that we always train them on is on relationship edge. And at the start of that training, one of the things we always try to emphasize and try to find out from there is we bring out the reports, the financial reports for the year, and we ask them, what do you think contributed to this revenue in this year? And trust me, more than half of that revenue were gotten through relationship. So it shows how valuable relationship is. God, relationship in the workplace, friendship relationship, romantic relationship, they are all very key, and it's going to really help us. And I hear you talk about relationship being a currency. Yes, I agree with you 100%. That relationship is a currency that we work with today, both for your spiritual growth, your career growth, your professional growth. You need that relationship, and starting with your relationship with God. And I think emphasis have been made on that in that area. I'm still expecting show of hand, and please feel free to also put in the chat. Yes, I can see some people putting something they will start doing now. Please, you can also put what is that commitment? What is that one thing that you want to start doing differently? What is that one thing you want to start doing differently from today? Put in the chat. Let's track your commitments from this particular session today. It's just a commitment cycle. Okay, so I have a show of hand. I can see Adeyinka Folashadi's hand is up for a question. I will take that, and I also have a question that we asked before. I will also invite the convener to also give us the official close of the session. Hi, Folashadi, please proceed. You can unmute now. Hi, Folashadi, can you hear her?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sorry, my hand was wet, so I couldn't tap the button very well. I just wanted to ask a question. 1 minute, please. I just wanted to ask a question about this relationship we've been talking about. So I've come to realize, even in the corporate world, in like everywhere we find ourselves, and I think people have been saying it as well. People tend to have great relationship in their career path, like customer relation, staff to staff relation, blah blah blah. But coming on to their spouses, they can't even tolerate them. They can't, that patience is not there. I don't know. Is there a way people can balance it, or is it just does it have to just do with maybe their kind of person, or because they are being paid at their place of work, so they just need to admit people the way they are? That's my question. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Remember, please, did you get the question?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'll give an instance. There was a particular time I was having issues with my sister. And the issue was so hot, and my daddy said, if she was your boss at work, and your boss says this to you, will you even open your mouth and even argue? And at that point, I was like, that's true. Like, there's so many things that my boss has said to me, and I will just put it inside my heart and put it inside my mind. Even if I want to get angry, I will go and rant in my room, in my house. I can't even do it. One, because I'm trying to protect my image, or maybe because my salary is coming, it's almost ending of the month. Okay, there was a particular time somebody sanctioned me at my place of work, another department that was to support. I was very angry, but I dare not get angry. But if I'm at home and my sister does something to me, this is my sister now. So I think it's over familiarity. So what we can do when it comes to that is intentionality. See, there are times that you have to be intentional. When you begin to see your spouse as, okay, if this person is the MD of my company and my MD says this, is this how I'm going to react? I know that it can be hard sometimes. And sometimes the main reason why it's hard is because we have seen these people finish. Is it not Kumle? Is it not Tade? We see them finish and just like, I can do anyhow. But if it is your team lead at work that that is going to rate you, your KPI is going to rate you. This thing is going to contribute to your KPI. You will keep quiet, or you will comport yourself and maintain your steez. So I feel that it is about the person. You can decide how to react to things. So you can tell yourself, okay, before I react to this thing, if this thing happens with another person in my place of work, is this the same way I'm going to react? I think
Okay, comes to here, Iwe Bamilai. I think I lost time for some seconds. Hi, Iwe, can you see me? Hi, Flasha, did you get the feedback?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Apologies. I think Iwe is actually having issues with the network, but I'm sure she has really responded to that question. I must also add that relationships sometimes it comes with different outcomes. Your relationship with God has its own results. Your relationship with your spouse, your relationship in the workplace. So sometimes even the spouse relationship, it calls for a different kind of. That's where we even go and then share all of our anxieties and our problems, and then they don't have any choice but just to absorb it because of our emotional attachment. So every relationship will come with its own result and outcome, and then you see it play out differently. Once again, thank you so much, Rebecca. I think I have more hands up. Wow, this is becoming very engaging and very hot. Okay, Oluwashola Jude, please ask.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Please, can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, so good evening, everyone. My name is Oluwaseun. So I have two questions basically. So my first question is like, as a young boy is trying to grow and building relationship. Okay, so I actually met someone who actually introduced me to some group of people because I'm actually a graphic designer. So I actually do design for this group of people and I also volunteer for his organizations. So at some point, because of I'm actually doing a lot of design for different people. So at some point now, it's actually like, okay, you've actually grown to some stage that you've now grown big and stuff like that. So it's like trying to actually take me back to when I was still growing up and stuff like that. So he's always saying that okay, I've grown my wings and stuff like that. So how do you tend to manage relationship like that? Like relationship that someone that actually help you at some stage and you actually volunteer for the person, but sometimes if you need design, maybe you're actually very busy. So how do you try to manage the relationship? And another relationship is concerning this love relationship as a student of a university and as a young boy who is actually growing and have a long term vision and goal. Is it actually compulsory you actually go in a relationship, maybe a love relationship with a lady, or you should just stay focused? Yeah, those are my two questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. Please, did you get that? Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay. I think it's breaking. The network is still breaking. Can you hear me now? Okay. Do you want to maybe change location or just maybe log out and then quickly log in back? Is it fine? Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. So, Osha, please just give Bamla some minutes. She'll be back shortly. While we're waiting for Bamla, let's just take other questions and then we can retrace that back to her and then we can get feedback. Joshua, please, can you share your own question?
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Loud and clear.
All right. So, my question is, for me, it has been a very tough issue. I want to ask, how do I sustain relationships? Because for me, it's a very key issue on my part. Because how to, meet someone today or meet people in various areas of my life and then try and, sustain the relationship, be in touch with them. It has been an issue. I could meet someone today and then, I don't know, somehow, I will not be able to continue the, relationship, talking or anything like that. So I want to know, how can I sustain relationship?
Okay. Well, taking how to sustain relationship, and I think Iwe Bamlaye is also joining us back now. Yes. Hi, Iwe Bamlaye. Can you hear us now? Please, in case you're speaking, you are on mute. We just want to please unmute your mic. Hi, you can hear us now. Please unmute if you're speaking.
All right.
Okay.
I think our network is quite bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just come in here. Let me hold fort while
Okay.
she tries to sort her network. So I think the last question is about not being able to sustain relationships. And frankly speaking, this is something that happens to a whole lot of us. It is one thing for you to be enthusiastic to meet people, to be happy to make acquaintances. I mean, quite a lot of people are like that. You are happy to meet people for the very first time. In fact, you go on to take their numbers, you exchange contacts, and then with the hope that there will be some gradual conversations after that. But it just does not happen. For a lot of people, it ends at that point in time where they make the acquaintance. Now, these are things that you could do because it is very important to understand. Like the saying goes, relationships are the doors that get into rooms that you would never on your own be able to enter. So, which means that in the first place, you understood that that person has some kind of value that he put out to your life. And that's why you are so happy, so willing to exchange contact with that person, right? So what are you supposed to do? It is to follow it up. Now, how do you follow up with, such conversations? How do you grow such relationships? The first thing is to, one, be intentional, right? There is a need for you to be intentional that this relationship that I'm about to cultivate, I want to intentionally grow it. Now, nothing happens, by accident. In life, there is need for us to be intentional for us to be able to deal with people. And so, the first thing is be intentional. Understand that this person, there is something that could happen. There's a way that me and this person can connect that can be of value to me, of value to this person. You could take the first step by reaching out. Just say hello. Now, this is something I do practically. There are quite a lot of big people I meet from time to time. What do I do? From time to time, maybe on public holidays, on first days of the month, special occasions, just send them messages. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Or good evening, sir. Or happy holiday, or happy weekend. I just said I should say hi to you. I just said I should say hello to you, right? I mean, just keep the conversation. Start the conversation from somewhere, right? Take a first step, reach out to such people, greet such people, send messages to such people, not annoying messages anyways, because for some people, we are so happy to spam contacts. No, don't do that. Once in a while, be intentional. Once in a while, just send a message to the good evening, sir, or happy weekend, happy Sunday, happy new month. I just said I say hello to you. Now, go further to research about that person, right? I mean, there are times that you could simply just go to that person's social media, look at information that will interest that person, look at things about that person that you could, build conversations on. Because trust me, it is not easy to build conversation with a total stranger. But when you have mutual points, right, areas of mutuals, something that connects you, something that is mutual, then build conversations around that. Oh, I came across this, and I mean, what do you think about this? And that is how it starts. Gradually, you will start building relationship. Then, of course, don't take people for granted. When they reach out to you, be conscious enough to respond. Be conscious enough to pay attention. Be conscious enough to reach out back to them. One other thing that I also think is very important, and this, I mean, helps everybody. Dale Carnegie, in his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, says that the sweetest thing to the ears of an ordinary person is his name. So one of the ways by which you really can cultivate relationships is to remember people's names. Remember people's names, pronounce their names correctly, let the person know that really you are interested in me. So when you show those little things, the person is also able to reciprocate. But trust me, when you are giving and giving and giving and taking the steps and trying, and the person is not reciprocating, then you understand that maybe that relationship is not meant to grow. And then you can take a step back. Okay, so what other question do we have? I hope that answers the question. I think, okay, Fola Shade's question has been answered. Fola Shade, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know we have a question from Oluwashola on and Oluwashola, please confirm if this is captured correctly. Growing up, you had built some relationship, but now there are other demanding responsibility and obligations. As a graphic designer, actually, there are other jobs that now take so much of your time, and then you're not able to actually maybe I still related to the sustaining the relationship and being there for that person. Yeah, so
Okay.
Oluwashola, please just thumbs up if that's captured correctly as a first question. Okay, great.
Then I think to address that specifically, one thing I must say, and we all must really come to terms with this fact, is that everyone is in your life for a season and for a reason. Every relationship you have is in your life for a season and for a reason. Everyone that is in your life is there to play a particular role. Some people are there for the long while. Some people are there for a period. So when you understand that it is not every relationships, see, naturally you must outgrow some relationships. There are relationships that as you grow, they cannot grow with you. It's impossible for them to sustain your trajectory of growth. So naturally they will fall off. But if you decide that you must necessarily stay back and hold back because of such relationship, then you cannot grow. And it is also important for you to know that when some people come into your life and they play their part, they may not stay forever. When they go, don't feel too bad. They have played the role that they are meant to play in your life. And then God brings other people along your way. Okay, so know when to, outgrow relationships. Know when some relationships are no more valuable. And know when it is time for you to cultivate new relationships. So when you have that understanding, I think it will help. Thank you very much. Do we have any other question? Any other person?
I'm not sure if there's any other one yet. I think we've taken all the questions. But I know, okay, I just said Blessing's hand is still up. Blessing, please go ahead.
All right, yeah, good evening, everyone. So, I just wanted to, based on Adinka's Folashadi's question, where she spoke about where people have great relationship at work and then going back home, they have to like they can't take what they actually accepting at their workplaces. And then the speaker responded that she cited the situation where my sister, did something to her at home, and where her mom made reference that if it were a boss that did same to her work, would she actually react? So I was just thinking that is it not a form of people pleasing where they do that same thing to you at home and you can express your displeasure, but someone does that same thing to you at work and then you can't speak up about it. So I'm just thinking that is it not some form of people pleasing? I don't know. I think there should be a balance between that. You might not have to necessarily address it the same way you do at home, but I still feel there should be a part where you can, be able to express yourself. Because she also mentioned during the course of our lecture where she said there has to be some form of mutual, I think, respect between both parties. So yes, between both parties. So that way, if you cannot express yourself to someone that probably you are working with, a colleague or your boss, I think that way you are trying to like fit in. No, I hope I'm making a point. So I just need clarity on that.
Yes, you're making points, you're making sense.
Mr. Evan, can you hear me
And
now?
Okay, yes, Baby, we can hear you now. But just give us some minutes. The computer
Okay.
is also responding to some of the questions.
Okay.
You're welcome back.
all right. So two things I'm going to say there very quickly to Blessing. The first one is that the white man has said it perfectly. Familiarity breeds content, right? When you are familiar with somebody, naturally, you will not, that is, Ribami called it see finish, and I completely agree with that. Okay, that is what happens to your brother, to your sister, to your family in the house. You are too familiar. So naturally, that wall of respect is lowered compared to somebody that is in the place of your boss at work, right? It is impossible for you to respond in that same manner because there is some level of respect. There is some level of honor that comes with positions. Now, that being said, it is also very important for us to understand that you made a very valid point about you trying to conform or trying to fit in at work. And I say this with all sense of responsibility. When certain things are not going the way they should go, even at your workplace, by all means, speak. You see, many, and that is why I fear this generation of Gen Zs. They don't, I mean, how do I put it now? They don't have too much respect. I mean, sorry to use that word, like we used to have when we were growing up. Growing up, I mean, for people in my generation and maybe older, right? You learn to respect anyone that is older than you. You learn to put down your eyes. You cannot look into your parents' eyes. You cannot look into the eyes of an elder, right? You just must listen. You just must bow to their wishes. And so we grew up in a culture of silence where you cannot open up, you cannot speak, and you keep dying in silence. I tell my colleagues in office, if something happens and you are not happy with a decision, maybe the boss takes a decision, your superior takes a decision, you are not happy, by all means, with every sense of respect, walk up to that person and open up. What you must not do to yourself is to continue to die in silence, is to continue to murmur in silence, is to continue to kill yourself in silence simply because you cannot open your mouth to talk. Don't die in silence. Of course, there are ways you can present things. And that is why I agree completely with Blessing that you should not conform. You should not keep quiet and allow things that will continue to hurt you, all in the name of not wanting to offend your boss. When you do that, you will offend yourself. You will offend your own self. You cannot offend somebody. So it is okay to open up. It is okay to speak out, but do it in a way that comes with respect, that comes with honor, in a way that you can put forth, your positions, your arguments, your views, such that the person does not feel like you are, trying to make some unnecessary marks and all that. So I think that is very important. There has to be a balance. You must know how to communicate, and that is where the power of communication comes in. You must know how to communicate, yet you must also know how to open up without dying in silence, right? So that is very, very valid. Thank you very much. I think Iribamla is back now, so maybe she wants to take
No,
over from here.
I think her network is still unstable. She just logged off
Okay.
now.
So Blessing, does that address your concern?
Yes, he did. Like, yes, I
Yes,
definitely
please.
have more
So,
clarity now.
so young people, please, by all means, respectfully, put forth your argument. Respectfully open up. We spoke about what's it called now? Mental, what's it called last time, right? These are things that kill people. These are things that send people nuts. When you continue to bottle things up, you feel that you cannot talk just because you don't want to offend, you don't want to stir the waters. You keep bottling the things up. At the end of the day, you have yourself to blame. So thank you very much. Do we have any other questions?
None for now. None for now.
Okay. I think I'll just round off from here. I want to first and foremost appreciate our speaker, Iribamlaye. I don't know if she's back, but she did an excellent job of the topic, and I believe that everyone is going home today with something. You must have taken something out of everything she has said. You must have taken something to help you in your relationships. It is, I mean, listen to this. Relationships are the ladders that help you to climb. Every place of success that you're going, you need somebody. You will always need people. Nobody grows in life in isolation. God did not create you to go through life in isolation. That is why He made you amongst men. He didn't make you a tree. He didn't make you an animal. He made you amongst men, amongst family, right? So, which gives you a sense that, as a matter of fact, when God created Adam, He saw that Adam was alone. He should not go through this life alone. Hence, He made a woman, right? So, it's God's design that you be among people, that you have relationships, healthy relationships. So, by all means, cultivate relationship, be intentional about relationships, and grow through them. But that said, I am happy to announce as we gradually round off that by the grace of God, we are planning a Mindshift physical edition. Okay, so in the last 5 months, we've had it virtually, starting from May. But as the year rounds up, the plan is in place that by the grace of God, come November, and we are looking precisely at November 27th, that is the tentative date. November 27th, we are going to be having a physical meet, right? Mindshift initiative. We are going to be meeting physically, we're going to be seeing each other. And one of the things that will be discussed that day is this relationship. One of the things, because the truth of the matter is you have your whole life ahead of you. And for you to get to that place, to becoming a better version of who you are, for you to fulfill your potential, you must leverage on the currency of relationships. So we are going to be dealing with this physically. We're going to be having very robust conversations about relationships and other topics that that are going to be very germane to our growth and our progress in life as young people. So please note down that date. Look forward to it. We'll provide more information as the day draws near. We will need volunteers to work together to achieve that program. The venue, the time, and every other thing will be provided. So just look forward to it. Mark it down your calendar. 27th of November, is the date. And by the grace of God, we are going to be having another session next month, October, and it is a topic that you have to look forward to. investing in your 20s and your 30s, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Everybody wants to be an Otedola, everybody wants to be a Dangote, everybody wants to be an Adenuga, but it starts from somewhere. How do you invest? How do you plan your life to achieve a life of wealth? Because God wants us to live in wealth and our spirit is also prospering. So that is what we are going to be looking at next month. And we are going to be having a speaker. Arrangements are being made. By the grace of God, we'll finalize that as soon as possible and we roll out our publicity for next month. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful time. It's almost 7:30. Please remember the link to register for this Mindshift is in the chat box. So if you are not yet registered, please do so. Please do so that it's easy for us to send you reminders. It's easy for us to send you information about the program, and then you can keep up to date with every relevant information that you need. So please do register. The link is there. We look forward to having you on board. There's also a Mindshift community, WhatsApp community. We also look forward to having you join us on that community. So please also do register for it. Share this with others. Tell others about it. If you have been blessed by it, also bless others with it. And lastly, this whole initiative is from Christ Witness Evangelical Mission Quem, K2 Ijanikin. So we look forward to having you join us for any of our services by the grace of God on Sundays at K2 here, K2 Ijanikin, not far from Lasso, right? Sundays 9 a.m. we have our services during the week and all that. So we'll be happy to have you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all from my end. For my co-convener, Brian Bonlu, you have done an excellent job. Well done. God bless you. I don't know if you would like to have a final word before we call it a day.
Not for now. So just want to appreciate everyone also for contributing and engaging with the session. Thank you so much. Look forward to the session recording. You can catch up on any area that you may have missed in the course of the session. Thank you and have a beautiful evening.
All right. Thank you very much. See you again next month, 4th Sunday of the month, 6 p.m. Just lock it down in your calendar. 4th Sunday, 6 p.m. See you by the grace of God. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Have a blessed week.